everybody. Welcome back once again on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. We join you live in the Newman Gymnasium for our second game in a back-to-back between the Thomas College Terriers and your Eagles of Husson University. Hello, everybody. I'm Sam Miller, once again joined alongside Xander Cook. We got more on the matchup, but first we're going to send it over to our sideline reporter, Max Sturm. Max, what do you got for us?
Well, guys, more of the same in this Eagles and Thomas Terriers matchup and this rivalry, as since 1965, the Eagles hold a 95-game series lead over the Terriers. Their last matchup came in early December, where the Eagles walked away with a 17-point win en route to being the #1 seed in the conference, the NAC conference. And the latest men's game was a win over Umpy, where they won 81-60. The Eagles need to win these next two games to secure home court advantage for the playoffs, and they're looking to do it tonight. Guys, back to you.
All right, Max, thank you very much. Stellar work as always. And looking at the Terriers, only 4-6 in the conference this year, but they have so much talent to spare. One of them is being their senior captain, number 10, Jackson Alexander.
Yeah, Relk is averaging 16 points per game. He can hurt you offensively. He can hurt you defensively. He's averaging 51% from the field, almost 37% from three. He's Mr. Do-It-All offensively, and other than that, he can crash the board, really hurt you on the glass. He's a team leader in rebounds, so he's going to be a big name to watch in this matchup.
Sets a perfect example for his team. He started in every single game. Definitely an old, reliable player you want to rely on. And speaking of old, reliable, looking over at the Eagles, we got number 34 graduate student, paid enforcer Scott Lewis, who this season scored his 1,000th point in his game. And Xander, what can we expect from him tonight?
We can expect Coach Caruso use a lot of Scott Lewis in the paint. When you have a guy like Relk really dominate the glass in the paint, that's when you have Scott Lewis in there to clean that hole up for these Eagles. Scott Lewis is just a tremendous player, total leader for these Eagles. He's got great court vision. When he gets going shooting-wise, there's no stopping Scott. There really isn't.
It's going to be a very big emphasis for the Eagles. We're going to send it over to we got some keys to the game for you. For Husson, of course, you got to pressure the ball from the start. We know that they do that so well throughout the game. Let your shooters shoot. Last time these two teams matched up, it was Riles Neff coming away with an 18-point outing. You got to open up the floor once again to allow your shooters to keep finding the balls. Stick to finding the open shooting, playing strong defense, and converting at the rim is going to be so crucial for the Eagles. And Xander, they do it better than almost any other team in the North Atlantic Conference. Yeah,
every game you and I call in these matchups, they really do stick to finding the open shooting. It's whenever you see an open player offensively, you can almost guarantee these Eagles to give it to that player and see them unlight you from deep.
All right, we're going to toss it right to break. We'll be right back with North Atlantic Conference action here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Eagles Sports Network, where both teams are getting into their starting lineups right now. Let's go through them one more time for you. Both teams are geared up and ready to go. For the Terriers, we've got number 10, Jackson Welke, number 11, Spencer Minihan, number 12, Luke Briggs, number 13, Cameron York, and number 14, Parker Desjardins. And for your Eagles, number 1, Jamie Maranta. Number 3, Riles Neff. Number 4, making his appearance is Hamza Abdul-Rahman. Number 13, Connor Heel as always. And of course, graduate captain Scott Lewis manning the middle. Xander, the last time these two teams matched up, it was quite a dominant performance on the part of the Eagles. So what do the Terriers have to do to just kind of counteract that?
They have to slow the momentum of these Eagles. Husson likes to get out to these hot starts in their matchups. So for these Terriers, they cannot allow that to happen, and I cannot stress that enough. They cannot allow that to happen, or else this will be another blowout for Thomas.
The Eagles among the very best in just pushing the pace and dominating as always. They have averaged around 10 steals per game and 3 blocks per game, which allows them to open up those transition opportunities. So we're going to be able to see here against a team like Thomas, who really likes to favor pounding it inside in the paint. We'll see what happens here. In this matchup, it'll be Lewis and Relke jumping it up in the middle. Tip is up, controlled by the Eagles, and we are underway. First 20 minutes of basketball to be played. Ball finds Maranta, drives to his left, backs him down, trying to find Lewis. Taken away by Minihan. Here comes York. Drives right at Neff, kicks it outside. Desjardins for 3. Rattles in and out. Hit everything but the basket. York nearly poked it away from Neff. It'll stay with the Eagles. And we talked about it during pregame, Xander, that Scott Lewis is going to be the kind of guy that we're going to be looking out for in this game. And how do you expect him to be involved? What do you think he's going to be able to do?
You can expect him to be involved heavily in the paint, as Connor Heald jumper immediately good. Great look from Heald there. But like I was saying, we can expect Scott Lewis to really control the paint offensively and defensively. Coach Caruso is going to look to favor his matchup in the paint all game.
As he alters the shot by Luke Briggs. Here come the Eagles in transition. Abdul-Rahman gets the pass from Maranta. Flung it past the head of Connor Heald. Thankfully, nobody was hurt in that crowd. Rifle the pass from Abdul-Rahman. Both teams coming out, as we saw in that women's game, playing so fast. Here now is Cameron York. Gets the switch on Abdul-Rahman. Tries to go behind his back. Good defense by Abdul-Rahman. He takes it all the way himself. It's bumped by Ruelk and the foul. Abdul-Rahman, extra elevation.
That was incredible. Look at this replay. Muscles the defender in the paint, gets the and one bucket. Abdul-Rahman, confidence booster there.
Gets a great big roar from the crowd. Abdul-Rahman, a fan favorite here, as he easily sinks the first one. He's not a player who gets a lot of minutes throughout the season, but he's a player you want on your team. A guy who brings energy, a guy who brings leadership, and someone who's just so skilled all around. That must feel really good for him. This now is Minihan. Lewis right in his face. And Briggs nearly got the fadeaway shot to go. Maranta skies for the board. Among the top 10 in guard in the entire North End of the Conference in rebounding. So he gets the pass from Heald. Backs all the way down, floats it up. Tried to bank it off the glass, no good there. Nearly got the save, stepped out of bounds. Terriers ball.
And that's the story for Husson all season, is Jeremy Maranta crashing the glass at will. We're going to see a lot of that in this matchup here tonight.
Defensively, the Eagles have 4 players in the top 5 for blocks. Lewis, Maranta, Neff, and Matondo. Gil Matondo all in the top 5. It's Brace from way outside. Nearly got it to go. Maranta already his second rebound of the game. Here comes Neff at 18 their last outing against the Terriers. Gets it back from Maranta. Has to go right at Desjardins, goes to his right, scoops it off the glass and in. Pretty move from the All-American Riles Neff.
He is so good. That is one of his favorite moves to use, that spinning layup. When he does that, it's so hard to defend.
We got a timeout here. We're going to kick it to a replay. As you watch, Riles Neff just floats it off the glass, sinks it home. What a great play there from Neff. We'll be right back.
Bell. We are in Corinna, Maine at Perfect Fit. We pride ourselves on making an American product for our heroes that are out there putting their lives on the line every day. When we first bought the company, we went right into COVID and our sales dropped by 50%. I was like, wow, what did I do? First National Bank called me instantly and said, hey, let's restructure. We're gonna go to interest only. Let's just get through this little phase to make sure that you're comfortable, everything's okay. They came to me, I didn't even have to go to them, and they made it really easy. We only did that for probably 6 months, then our business started really picking up. We found we were really the largest American manufacturer that could do everything that we do start to finish. They are great people, they make you feel at home, and we've really grown our business and we've had their support. So to me, community first means that I matter and I'm not just a number to them.
Back live for Eagles up 7. Real quick, we want to take a quick second and say thank you to one of our value partners, Dice Arts. Husson students, if you're ever looking to get off campus and enjoy some wonderful food options, then you're in luck. Because your Husson dining dollars are accepted at the local Dice Arts right down the road on Broadway. As Thomas finally gets on the board. Broken the ice by Cameron York. That thought about it, drives to his right. Well posted away. Abdul-Rahman, hop step, Lewis, corner three. Off the front rim, rebounded by the Terriers. Morel on the fast break, an easy layup for the Terriers. And despite the record, Xander, the Terriers are no strangers to pushing the ball in transition.
No, they are not. They are a scrappy defensive team. Don't let their record fool you. As soon as they poke that ball free, you can almost guarantee them crashing the boards on the opposite end.
Look finds Cameron York, who had a 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 12-point outing in their last matchup against the Mariners of Maine Maritime in a loss. Maranta finds Heald. He'll take his time. Spotted for three. No good there. Maranta fighting for the board. Ends up in the hands of Lewis, and the Eagles will reset. Heald gets in the quarter, makes a move, drives to the middle, goes right at York, who gets it swatted away. Here comes Desjardins. Pulls it back out. York finds Briggs in the corner. Back to York, top of the key with Lewis in his face. Gets it back to Briggs. He'll let it fly with zero hesitation. Off back iron. Tracks it down is Burelke. Poked away by Lewis. Carries ball.
And credit to Connor Heald defensively there. Able to help Scott out and force the double team. And then they kicked it out. Immediately got back on his man to force the missed shot.
As we got immediate timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
This job isn't for everyone, but what others call dirty, we call power. The power to earn a living doing work that matters and keeps society moving. With a company that cares for its people. The power to be seen, heard, and valued as a team member and part of something important. The power to build friendships and connect with neighbors, forming bonds that strengthen our communities. The power to train, develop, and grow careers we're proud of. Because at Casella, we're here for more than a paycheck. We're here to make a difference. That's the power of hard work. If you're ready to roll up your sleeves and make an impact, apply now at powerofhardwork.com. Good pay, good people, good life. Casella.
Welcome back, guys. Last week was Coaches versus Cancer Suits and Sneakers Week, which is a nationwide event held by the National Association of Basketball Coaches around the country. And so we have some of our coaches and players wearing some sweet kicks and some suits today. Personally, my favorites have to be Tope Alau's white and pink Nikes. But Coach Warren Caruso is wearing some nice Dunks. And there's a lot of colorful shoes on this sideline, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, we always talk about during these broadcasts how Coach Caruso has some of the best shoe game in the NAC as Neff cashes in from the corner. Yeah, it's just a great showing of respect from the Eagles here, knowing how much of a battle cancer is. So a lot of respect being paid as Lewis nearly tapped it away, picked up by Jake Bouchard. Oki top of the key, he's going to find Briggs, dumps it downstairs. to Minihan, tries to go at Lewis, fade away, hook shot off the front rim. Murata, yet another rebound on the game. That's now 3 for Murata. Lewis thought about it, fade the 3, gets it back to Neff, 2 in a row. No good there. Heald tries to track it down, stepped out of bounds, Terriers ball.
Going back to the shoe game on the Husson sideline, I'm a little disappointed Coach Caruso didn't pull up in any Air Mags. You know, the Back to the Future movie, that would have been so sweet. Instead, I lost the bet. That was my prediction for what he was going to wear tonight.
And nonetheless, those shoes do fit Coach Caruso very well. The winningest head coach in North Atlantic Conference history, as Desjardins took maybe 5 steps on that play. It'll go back to the Eagles. As Loki Onda checks in for the Terriers and Tope Alau checks in for the Eagles. I had a chance to talk to Alau before the game started, and he just said that playing together and playing with pace is our biggest name of the game against a team like Thomas who likes to dominate inside. As he gets the ball from Neff. Lewis left all by himself. That's just too easy for someone like Scott Lewis.
It really is. Him in the paint, it's methodical.
Onda tried to read that play, but Lewis just read it even better. As Biggs kicks it back out, Burelke goes right at Neff, finds a cutting Onda, can't hang on to the ball, goes back to the Eagles. Cam York checks back into the game for the Terriers, and seeing his first minutes is number 23, Luke Gabloff, the senior from North Yarmouth, Maine, averaging around 4 points and a rebound. Neff gets it to Heald in the corner. Allow at the top of the key, he's going to survey the floor, dumps it downstairs to Lewis. Zero hesitation. The jump shot is true for Scott Lewis.
He's starting to feel it now, Sam. That's back-to-back shots for Lewis that goes in. Better be careful if you're Thomas.
We talked about how it's going to be important for Lewis to get involved in this game. As Alau pokes the ball away, and he makes a man miss and got fouled on the play. And then, as we also talk about with Tope Alau, is that his Drew Holiday level defense and his insane athleticism is such a game changer. Let's take a look at the replay here. Pokes it away from Onda. Notice the patience. Gets him jumping in the air and draws the foul.
I like that Drew Holiday connection there. He really does remind people of Drew Holiday, that elite guard level defense. It is so incredible to watch. As a fan, as a teammate, it's just awesome.
Not to mention, not only his defense, as he calmly sinks them both, is that he's a guy who doesn't need to score 20 plus, but if you really need him to, he can really put it on you in a hurry. As earlier this year against the Beavers of Farmington, he scored a career high 21 points. Really got the steal once again. Gabloff from way outside. Nylon. That's a deep 3 from Luke Gabloff. And the lead's down to 11. 9. Murata looks to respond. Bingo! And the Eagles, every time it seems like the Terriers have something going, the Eagles just respond right back emphatically.
And that's what Husson's done all season. Anytime a team makes a 3 or has an incredible highlight play, Husson seems to match it just 5 seconds later.
As York lost the handle, ended up in the hands of Jackson Burelke. Nonetheless, it will result in a basket for the Terriers. Lead is now 10 for the Eagles. That thought about it, skips it out to Ty Henke, who checked in not too long ago. Lewis tried to find the cutting allowance up at the hands of Murata, backs him all the way down. Up and under, Alau skies for the board, nearly got it to go, but a foul. It just seems like whenever Alau just elevates to get a rebound, he just goes higher and higher every single time.
He's got crazy vertical. And like I mentioned pregame, Thomas cannot allow Husson to get off to this quick run. And sure enough, it's already 20-9 now. So they need to find a way to claw back in, or else this is just going to get ugly pretty quickly.
Allow a 73% free throw shooter on the year. Let's check it into the game. It's Gil Matondo as we have a discussion between our referees.
And for the Terriers, returning number 11, Spencer Minahan, and number 12, Luke Briggs.
Looks like they were trying to.
Correction, foul on number 1, Loki on.
Yep, looks like they were trying to figure out who the foul was on. It was on Loki on the not Jackson Welke. Be a chance for two. Just one more for Allow. And Matondo, Xander, we've seen him in and out of the starting lineup this year, but one thing's for certain, he's having his best year as an Eagle, bar none.
He is like it is with most of these Eagles. Matondo defensively has been absolutely incredible. Allow, like you mentioned, reminds you of Drew Holiday. Matondo, similar in that elite level defense. He's been awesome.
York has to put it up at the end of the shot clock and drains it from outside. A big-time bucket for Cameron York. And the lead's down to 8. The Eagles looking to respond once again. Here comes Neff. Neff 5 points, 2 for 4, 1 for 3 from the field. Finds Allow. It's it back to Neff. Outside, Morante looking to survey the floor. Gets it over to Henke. He can make you pay from out there. Finds a cutting Matondo downstairs. Tries to back down, breaks a beautiful move by Matondo. Hakeem Olajuwon level footwork from the big man.
It was that shimmy, got the defender to bite, spun around the other way, easy layup from Matondo.
That's just way too easy from the junior from Atlanta, Georgia, out of Chattahoochee High School. As Minihan corrals the pass. Welke, zero hesitation. It's nothing but the backboard. And it goes back to the Eagles. Get another timeout here. We'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after the break.
Like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
A little bit of history for you guys as we're back. Eagles up 10 after the break. Of course, the Eagles team last year won the 2023-24 North Atlantic Conference Championship. They defeated the Fighting Tigers of SUNY Cobleskill 80-20 in the championship game on February 24th, 2024. This was Husson's 9th conference title since 2009. A winning culture has been built since the very beginning.
Oh yeah, it really has. I mean, 9 titles since 2009. 9 titles in 16 years. That's insane. That just goes to show how amazing of a coach Coach Caruso is.
The winningest coach in North Atlantic Conference history, the 2-time Hall of Famer, of course, the Maine State Hall of Famer. As Neff finds Henke. Henke wide open for 3. Got front iron, gets it back, Krause's miss, makes a man miss, kicks it out to the newly checked in Dylan Burpee, who dumps it downstairs to Allow, who will fade away jump shot, no good there. Here comes York, pushing the pace, Allow right on his hip, Matondo nearly poked it away. York getting bumped by Allow. Physical defense as we've seen from the Eagles. Keeps moving over to Briggs, goes right at Henke and a foul. Briggs goes tumbling into the sideline. Camera guys over there.
That poor camera guy, same guy from last game, Sam.
And this time could not hold on to the camera, but glad to see he's okay. He's over there smiling about it. Our production team here at NESCOM is as tough as they come as well.
They really are tough as nails. That dude got leveled twice now in a span of 2 hours. And he's still kicking over there.
Just a nice little applause from the crowd. Check up on him. He's doing okay, as we said, all smiles. Very blessed to have such a great, talented team here for Nescom Productions. Makes everything run so smoothly.
Someone send him some chocolates and flowers after the game. I can't imagine getting leveled like that twice.
Briggs will calmly sink the first one. Lou Briggs now, he's the 4th leading scorer for this Terriers team. Averages around 11 points per game and shooting 80% from the free throw line. He's definitely somebody that your players like Relke and Desjardins can't get going. He's somebody who can light you up if you leave him open.
Yeah, he really is, averaging almost 12 points per game and then 3 rebounds on top of that. Briggs is a guy that if Relke isn't going, you can rely on Briggs to pick it up.
Hickey shot from the corner, no good. York skying for the rebound. That's rebound number 2 for him as he tries to cross over Henke, lost the handle, and goes back to the Eagles. Good defensive awareness right there from Ty Henke. Just under 9.5 left to play in this first half. Eagles up by 8. Thomas with a little bit of a 2-3 zone happening here. Eagles trying to break it. Allow. Cuts to the middle. Loses the handle. Ends up in the hands of Minihan. And Allow is staying right on his hip, but ball ends up in the hands of Cameron York. Over to Parker Desjardins with 0 hesitation and catches out from downtown. And that was from Peyton Pritchard range.
That was nice. Deep 3 to get Thomas back into this game. Cuts the lead to 5.
Absolutely. That's definitely what the doctor ordered for the Terriers. As Neff looks to respond and does. Riles Neff.
Like we keep mentioning, Thomas scores, Husson will match it. Unreal.
That's just too easy for the All-American Riles Neff. Now 8 points, 2 for 4 from downtown rather. As Desjardins looks to go at Neff, can't get it there. Back brings it outside, back to Minihan. Here's Cameron York. Allow right in his face. Briggs tries to go at the freshman burpee. Shot clock down to 5. Forces it up and banks it off the glass. Man, what a shot from Briggs.
Whew. That was nice. The Husson crowd telling him that the shot clock was down to 1 when it was really at 5, so he thought he had less time to shoot. Ends up getting it. That was nice.
Hey, shooter's gonna shoot, and if you know anything about Briggs, he is a shooter. As Matondo gets it in the middle of the paint, goes right at Minihan, gets it swatted away. Now it's corralled. Desjardins can't hold on to it, goes back to the Eagles. Now Xander, both teams shooting relatively similar right now. I mean, we got a timeout on the court. Both teams shooting relatively similar from 3. The Eagles shooting 33%. So we'll have more on that when we come right back from the break. Don't get anywhere, folks. We'll be right back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
This job isn't for everyone, but what others call dirty, we call power. The power to earn a living doing work that matters and keeps society moving. With a company that cares for its people. The power to be seen, heard, and valued as a team member and part of something important. The power to build friendships and connect with neighbors, forming bonds that strengthen our communities. The power to train, develop, and grow careers we're proud of. Because at Casella, we're here for more than a paycheck. We're here to make a difference. That's the power of hard work. If you're ready to roll up your sleeves and make an impact, apply now at powerofhardwork.com. Good pay, good people, good life. Casella.
Back once again after the break, Eagles up 25-19. Before we went to the break, we wanted to talk about the three-point percentage and how the Eagles shooting 33%, Thomas shooting 37%. It just goes to show that how both these teams rely on the three-pointers, and also goes to show how good both these teams' defenses are.
Yeah, it truly does. And the only reason why Husson has the lead that they have right now, which isn't much, but it's still a lead, is because of the points off of turnovers. They got the turnovers early on, which led them to a 21-9 lead. And Thomas has been able to claw their way back into it.
As Henke delivers from outside, the lead's up to 9 now for the Eagles. Yeah, to Xander's point, the Eagles have scored 9 points off of turnovers compared to the 3 scored by the Terriers. So once again, the defense playing dividends. Minahan tries to find a cutting Parker. Desjardins makes a man miss, drives right to his left and banks it off the glass. Boy, that was sweet.
That was a beautiful move by Desjardins. That crossover to his right, back to his left, layup good. Not much you can ask for.
Dribble through 3 Eagles defenders is allowed. The pull-up jump shot from the foul line, nothing there. And corralled by Briggs. Terriers looking to play a little bit faster now as York drives to his right, kicks it out to Minahan. Zero hesitation, no good there. Briggs the offensive rebound. He gets bumped by Matondo down low. Foul number 1 on Matondo.
Eagles foul number 15.
Yogi checks back into the game. Gavloff will take a seat.
Returning for the Eagles, number 1, Jeremy
Maranta.
Number 13.
And Heal coming in once again.
For the Terriers, number 10, Jackson Wilkie.
Wilkie gets the ball. Briggs left open for 3. Can't convert. Great. And that's Desjardins cleaning up the glass. And the lead's down to 5 for the Eagles.
And that's now 7 points for Desjardins. Quickly coming alive late into this first half, providing the spark for these Terriers.
Maranta finds Henke in the corner. That one is good. As he has some words for the bench as he runs back up the court. Ty Henke, 6 points in the game.
Like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he's someone who can really hurt you from beyond the arc, and so far that's 2 made threes.
Jardis can't hang on to it. Heel lost the ball. Good defense by, that was York, but Henke right there to clean it up, and Henke now 2 possessions, 2 baskets. Tied with Neff, the leading scorer for Husson University here. York, Neff gets the switch on him. Briggs goes right into the defense. Set back by Burpee. He cleaned up right there by Rookie. Lead stays at 8. Rookie now with 6 on the game. Just over 5.5 left to play. Marta drives out. Henke, corner 3. Another one! Ty Henke, 3 straight possessions. 3 straight baskets.
I think now we can say heat check. He is on fire right now.
Ty hot hand Henke is really doing it all right now for the Eagles on offense. As York looks to respond, swish. That was a pretty shot. Maranta thought about stepping into the 3. Goes to his right, backs it out, dumps it downstairs to Burpee, and he lays it off the glass. Man, what a pass by Jeremy Maranta.
Like he had binoculars on that one. Holy.
That was pretty, and Burpee, right place, right time, got the high arcing shot over the Terriers defender. York looking for options. Gets it out to Rookie. Burpee trying to challenge Desjardins, sends it back off the step back 3. Good heads up play from Burpee. As Rookie finds a cutting Cam York and he gets it to go, but what a nice block from Dylan Burpee. Read that like a book.
Yeah, he did. Realized the step back, immediately step up. Able to block the shot.
Neff thought about it. York was looking for the offensive foul, and Neff just glides to the basket. Thomas can't believe it. They thought that Neff got away with a charge. Nonetheless, results in 2 for the Eagles. Lead now up to 10. Over 3.5 minutes left to play. Heel nearly got the steal on Desjardins. Kicks it back to York. He'll step into a shot, and another one for Cam York. He's got 12 on the game. Maranta with Desjardins right in his grill. Looking to back him down. Desjardins, great steal on the play. And Maranta looking to just see it back, and Wilkie goes right at the defense and lays it up and in. And all of a sudden, the lead is now 6.
Terriers starting to get back into this game. It's exciting down the stretch. see what happens over these final 3 minutes.
Hill gets the handoff from Maranta, looking for some offense here. Goes to his right, steps back, gives it back to Neff. Cam York right in his face. Hiller to pull zero hesitation and gets it. Sweet string music for the All-American.
He's an All-American for a reason. Man, is that shot pure.
5 of 7, 3 of 5 from downtown now is Riles Neff. There's Jardins. The response. It's a three-point shootout here in the Newman.
It's like we're witnessing the All-Star game here. What is this?
Both teams letting it fly from three. Eagles shooting 53%. The Terriers shooting 36%. The Terriers turn it over once again. Healed in the corner for three. Off back iron. As Des Jardins tries to get all the way back. Connor Heal with a great hustle play. And here come the Eagles. Neff over to Henke. Another one for three. Off the back rim. Grace corrals the rebound. And what a great hustle play on that last one for Connor Heald. He came all the way back from the other end of the court and just swatted it away as Cam York can't get that one to go. Here comes Maranta. Finds a cutting burpee, and that one's good. Once again, Jeremy Maranta. So we got a timeout here for the Eagles. That'll lead us to a quick break. As we go, we're going to replay here. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
My name is Mike LaBelle. We are in Corinna, Maine at Perfect Fit. We pride ourselves on making an American product for our heroes that are out there putting their lives on the line every day. When we first bought the company, we went right into COVID and our sales dropped by 50%. I was like, wow, what did I do? First National Bank called me instantly and said, hey, let's restructure. We're gonna go to interest only. Let's just get through this little phase to make sure that you're comfortable, everything's okay. They came to me, I didn't even have to go to them, and they made it really easy. We only did that for probably 6 months, then our business started really picking up. We found we were really the largest American manufacturer that could do everything that we do start to finish. They are great people, they make you feel at home, and we've really grown our business and we've had their support. So to me, community first means that I matter and I'm not just a number to them.
Welcome back, guys. Freshman Connor Heald has really come into his own in the last few weeks. Key injuries to several key players on this Eagles squad have given him a chance, and since then he has more than earned his starting role. 19 points versus VTUSU Johnson and 17 points versus Farmington. He has become a valuable piece of this Eagles squad coming down the stretch and into the playoffs. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, Connor Heald, as Max mentioned, just really came into his own this season. And with players like Andre McCauley and Eric Ayler's missing the rest of the season this year, having him inserted into the starting lineup, and just he's been able to play so well, Xander. I know one of our first games we called together, Heald had the game of his life, and I believe it was against the Mariners Maine Maritime Academy.
Yeah, indeed it was. And the thing about Connor Heald, what I love about his game, is that when he's not feeling it offensively, he's there to pick up the pace defensively and get his hands in his opponent's face, and that's what I love about his game, is that he just doesn't quit.
Grace gets to the basket easily, lays it up and in. Seems like whenever the Eagles have a pretty solid lead right now, but the Terriers will not go away. Remember, this is a team that their last game they lost just barely to the Mariners and Maine Maritime Academy, second place in the NAC East, and it took 21 points and 20 rebounds from Kurt Hines as Maranta bullies his way inside. This Terriers team has so much talent all around. I'll take it in as Finn Parmley for the Terriers. Gets it outside. Des Jardins, a hand in his face. Doesn't matter. Henke was right there, and Des Jardins was just not bothered at all. Under 30 seconds left to play. Neff trying to get York on an island. Maranta now drives to his right. Kicks it back out. Henke, another three ball off the front rim, and York corrals the board. York watching out for Maranta behind him. Game clock down to 7. Parmley finds Briggs. Has to throw it up at the buzzer. Nothing happening there. As we enter the second half, the Eagles holding a strong 47-42 lead over the Terriers of Thomas College. That'll take us to break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
I chose to go to Husson because of the extended reality program. They have tech here available that I've never seen anywhere else.
As an OT, you're able to branch off into whatever career choice you want because there are so many options.
This is a place where you will be accepted. It really is that home away from home feeling.
Husson is how.
A lifetime of firsts led us here. First baby, first game, first global pandemic. But where others see setbacks, First National Bank sees steps forward. We see hard work, resilience, persistence, a dreamer, a doer, a difference maker. Some banks invest in plans. We invest in people. Community First by First National Bank. Dig in together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And nobody knows better than our loyal customers.
Since 1994, our family has proudly sold and serviced John Deere products. Our customers know that quality and reliability set John Deere apart.
And right now at Greenway, take advantage of this offer.
Get 0% APR fixed rate financing for 60 months on a John Deere compact utility tractor with a 6-year powertrain warranty.
For more offers, go to greenwayequipment.com.
See the Smith brothers today at Greenway Equipment Sales, Ellsworth and Bangor.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
First half, once again, our cheerleaders showing their stuff here at the Newman Gymnasium, one of the best in the North Atlantic Conference and around Maine as well, as we come to you live once again from the Newman. And we got some first half stats for you. Xander will break it down real quick. It's really been the Eagles just taking care of the three-point line and just shooting it lights out, as they were 7 for 16 total from 3, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Rebounding has been great for them, even though they're losing that battle. But they're also really just maintaining good ball control as well. Only 4 turnovers and 14 points off those turnovers.
Yeah, and like you said, they really are shooting almost lights out from beyond the arc, shooting 44% from deep. But Thomas able to almost match that towards the end of the first half. They're now shooting 40% from beyond the arc, and then their field goal percentage being 53% in the first half. That is just crazy, and it's almost identical. As we see some more stats, 13 rebounds for Husson, 16 for Thomas. Great first half so far. The New England School of Communication offers a very unique opportunity for students to participate in live broadcasting. From visuals behind the camera to the final polished show you see on screen, our team is working around the clock to make it happen. A few students involved in today's broadcast have gone behind the scenes to give you a look at what goes on into our productions. And the broadcast that you are watching would not be possible without the crew of students, faculty, and staff from the New England School of Communications here at Husson University. A few video students went behind the scenes to give us a look into the magic of live sound production for these broadcasts and all of the hard work that goes into it.
Working all audio for live broadcasts is probably the most satisfying form of live. When it comes to live broadcast, it's much more intense because people are watching it. It's live television.
Coming your way. things change very quickly, and you need to be, as an engineer, you need to be very quick and responsive and be ready to change. So when we prepare for a sports broadcast here, it usually starts a month or so out. We always put one production manager in charge of the event. They're the ones who get the information about where the event is and what's happening, what the cable runs are, all that sort of stuff. It's all planned out in advance.
For this game, I will be mixing the actual broadcast that you hear, as well as being able to direct the audio crew on the actual court. Put that on the table. Our main goal when it comes to live productions is to get the talent station set up and get the talent up and running as quickly as possible. We also set up the audience mics as well to get that natural sound of the game itself.
Teamwork is always important in everything we do. You need everybody to make it happen.
And we have the crewbies, who are, in my own personal opinion, the heart of this entire thing. They are the ones who are doing all of the small things and plugging in, moving the gear, and really doing a lot of work to make this possible. And without them, it's just simply not possible to have the shows that we have. And I'm very, very grateful for that.
For our students, I'm always excited when we have sports events scheduled, because the students really get to test their speed, their preparation, getting in the zone, and all that. So, yeah, response time is critical.
Working these broadcasts, it's a lot of work. It's very long days, long hours, but it's honestly so rewarding, and I can never get enough of it.
Yeah.
See you down at the Dell.
This job isn't for everyone, but what others call dirty, we call power. The power to earn a living doing work that matters and keeps society moving. With a company that cares for its people, the power to be seen, heard, and valued as a team member and part of something important. The power to build friendships and connect with neighbors, forming bonds that strengthen our communities. The power to train, develop, and grow careers we're proud of. Because at Casella, we're here for more than a paycheck. We're here to make a difference. That's the power of hard work. If you're ready to roll up your sleeves and make an impact, apply now at powerofhardwork.com. Good pay, good people, good life. Casella.
I chose to go to Husson because of the extended reality program. They have tech here available that I've never seen anywhere else.
As an OT, you're able to branch off into whatever career choice you want because there are so many options.
This is a place where you will be accepted. It really is that home away from home feeling.
Husson is how.
Back here in the Newman today, of course, is also National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Some local youth teams have been invited to attend, and our dance and cheer teams are usually in attendance at all these games and are another strong group of female athletes to recognize. Seniors from women's sports here at Husson were recognized during halftime with a special ceremony. President Lynn Coy-Ogan was in the attendance, and of course, she is the first female president in Husson's history. Following the game, the women's basketball team was able to take part in a meet and greet with the public in the McGregor Hall of Fame room. This day began in 1987 as a special day in our nation's capital to recognize women's sports. The day united premier organizations and elite women athletes to bring national attention to the promise of girls and women's sports. What a great day it has been, Xander.
It truly has. It truly has. And I had the pleasure of setting up some interviews with Husson women's basketball coach Kissy Walker and senior guard Lauren Cook surrounding National Girl and Women in Sports Day. And it was an awesome interview. I was awestruck, really.
We got some comments from the coaches before the game. Of course, first from Thomas, head coach Marcus Mason Pollard said, "I love that we have a great mixture of older guys and younger guys who show up every day and compete to make each other better. Even through our own adversity this season, we have been able to continue to move the program's culture forward, and we'll be back to a program that competes in the postseason in the near future. It's been a pleasure being around this group of guys, both on and off the court. A great group of young men who represent our program and the Thomas College community very well." And hearing from Warren Caruso, he said, "When we play Thomas, it is important for us to stay organized and control the pace of the game. We still want to play in transition, but we need to limit our turnovers. Thomas is a way of speeding up the game, which we like, but we tell our guys to stay organized and play at our pace." And Xander, with how close this game has been, it seems like Coach Caruso hit the nail right on the head.
He really did. I mean, Husson hasn't had that many turnovers in this matchup, and credit to coaching there by Coach Caruso. It's been an exciting matchup.
And of course, now looking over at the conference standings, first in the East Division of the North Atlantic Conference, Husson is sitting comfortably at 10-1 in the North Atlantic Conference in terms of that, 15-7 overall. Following them is Maine Maritime at 8-2, University of Maine Presque Isle at 8-3. Farmington over there sitting at 7-5, I believe, and Thomas at 4-6 on the year. And looking over at in the West, SUNY Delhi at 6-4. Vermont State Linden at 7-14. Vermont State Johnson at 6-15. SUNY Cobleskill 4-15, and Leslie at 3-18. Up and coming for both these teams. First, looking over at the Terriers. They'll be taking on the University of Maine Farmington on February 8th at 3 p.m. Then following that is a trip back home versus UMaine Fort Kent at 7:30, and wrapping it up against the Owls of UMaine Presque Isle. Now looking over at the Eagles. We got 2 more games coming up. They're going to be going back to play Maine Maritime in their away territory at 3 o'clock, and then on February 15th, going to be going back to UMaine Fort Kent to face them off in a rematch at 3 p.m. And we'll be right back in about 3 minutes for the second half of action here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
I chose to go to Husson because of the extended reality program. They have tech here available that I've never seen anywhere else.
As an OT, you're able to branch off into whatever career choice you want because there are so many options.
This is a place where you will be accepted. It really is that home away from home feeling.
Husson is how.
Take 4, 3, take 3.
We've got a great show, everyone. Thanks for coming.
I need shots, guys.
Scene 4, take 4.
Welcome back, guys. Some halftime adjustments for both these squads. First for the Thomas Terriers. They need to keep their foot on the gas. They went on a nice little run there at the end of the first half. and were able to keep the game within 5 points. And a lot of that came from shooting the long ball from 3. They need to continue that. And they also need to up the intensity on defense. They've allowed the Eagles to kind of go on those same runs when they had the momentum. So if they want to come out with a win, they need to up the intensity on defense. For the Eagles, you got to find your playmakers, whether that's Jeremy Maranta, Riles Neff, or even Ty Hankey, who came on in that first half. They got to get the ball to them and let them do their thing. They also need to guard the perimeter a little bit better. The Terriers came on and had a slur of threes come out to end the first half. Guys, back to you.
Stellar job as always. Max hit it right on the head there. Yeah, the Eagles have really been living from downtown, and once again, Xander, it's the Riles Neff show. 13 points, 5 for 7 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. And obviously right behind him, Ty Hankey, 3 for 7 from 3, 4 for 8 from the field. He's come off the bench and had played some pretty productive minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it'd be the Riles Neff show heading into this game. What we didn't know was that this was going to be the Ty Hankey show coming into this one as well. I mean, he had an incredible first half. So if he keeps that up in the second half, it's going to be smooth sailing for the Eagles.
And right on cue, the Eagles' excruciating defense forcing a turnover for the Terriers. Not the way you wanted to start. If you're Coach Marcus Mason Pollard and Thomas College. See how they respond to this side of the ball. Lewis trying to find a man. Here's Maranta in the middle. Gives it back to Neff. He'll spot up for 3. Front rim. Maranta right there to clean it up, and it's good. Maranta, we talk about it all the time. One of the best, not only rebounding guards, but rebounders in general in the North Atlantic Conference.
He has such a knack for getting those offensive and defensive rebounds. He seriously helps the team in every single aspect. And he's a player that Coach Caruso loves to brag about.
Grace thought about the 3, kicks it back out to York. Abdul-Rahman right in his grill. Tries to spin off him with a fadeaway jump shot and swishes it home. That was pretty from Cam York. He's got 14 on the game. Lead now down to 5 once again. Maranta drives to his right, goes right into the body of Des Jardins. Gets it poked away into the corner. Neff dumps it downstairs to Lewis. We'll take it off. Shot clock down to 11. Gets whacked by Minihan in a foul. This Thomas sideline isn't all about the officiating on this side of the floor. Nonetheless, it'll stay here with the Eagles. Abdul-Rahman gives it back to Neff. Shot clock has reset. Driving to his left. Makes a man miss and nearly scooted off the glass. And Lewis right there to bank it home. That's now 5 rebounds and 6 points for Scott Lewis.
Like we mentioned, Lewis critical in the paint, and there's a steal.
And he finds a cutting Maranta who lays it up with ease.
And look at that. Husson finding their star players, Neff and Maranta, able to get some points in this second half.
Yeah, we discussed it during pregame. Scott Lewis was our guy we said to watch out for. And a big steal like that sets up the beautiful layup from Maranta. And the Eagles have opened up a 9-point lead to start out this second half. As York gets it swatted by Lewis. Eagles pushing the pace. Maranta goes right at Minihan and gets fouled. And once again, Xander, when the Eagles turn on the Jets, they are really hard to stop.
They really are, and we see this so often. Them racing out of the gates in the first half, racing out of the gates in the second half, jumping out to those early sizable leads. It's awesome to witness, and the only thing that they need to worry about is that perimeter defense, but so far it looks good.
A graduate captain from Brooklyn, New York, Jeremy Maranta, sinking them both, sinking the first one from the foul line. He's up to double digits on the game. Calmly sinks the second. Maranta, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. The balanced game you come to expect from Maranta, who's been doing this for so long now for the Eagles. Instead, Jardins gets the pass. Relke loses the handle and ends up in the hands of Lewis. Another turnover is costing the Terriers here. Thought about the handoff, tried to find a man. Here's Maranta. Finds a cutting of Abdul-Rahman, left all alone, set back by Relke, but a foul. Man, that would have been a highlight level play by Jackson Relke, but Abdul-Rahman, great recognition to put the ball up.
As you can see, the replay here, Got hand, did not get ball. Easy call for the refs there and a good call.
Abdul-Rahman easily singing the first one, leads now up to 12. He's got 4 points on the game. As we talked about, Abdul-Rahman does not play a lot of minutes throughout the season. But when he does, you can see the energy on the court and in the entire gym just completely shift. He's that kind of player.
He really is.
Relke sinks that one with zero hesitation.
And he's the guy that Thomas needs to get going in the second half. As soon as Relke starts to feel it from beyond the arc or inside the paint, that's when his teammates start to pick up the slack.
Maranta sets back with a crossover, can't get it to go. Abdul-Rahman fighting for the board. They're going to get cornered here with a push from behind. At first, I thought they were going to get Spencer Minihan on the play. He was fighting with Abdul-Rahman in the paint. Nonetheless, it will be a foul on Heald. Here come the Terriers. Cam Yorkers had quite the hot hand. He's got 14 for the game. Desjardins, zero hesitation. Bingo! Parker Desjardins. That was a sweet shot right there. He's got 16 on the game, and the lead's down to 7.
He's the reason why their three-point percentage is so high in this game. He is feeling it from beyond the arc.
Neff going right at him, looks to step back for three. But nothing but air. Maranta trying to save. Nearly to the hands of, oh my goodness, Abdul-Rahman saved it to Lewis, and that one's good. What a sequence right there.
That was crazy. How were they able to save that ball and find Scott Lewis open in the paint? I don't know. They have eyes in the back of their head.
Barely keep up with the action for a minute. It was this, Maranta saved it to Abdul-Rahman, then Abdul-Rahman saved it right to Lewis, and Lewis got maybe the easiest layup of the night. It leads back to 9. The timeout by the official. The Eagles side out. Want to make sure they're keeping everything moving surely and effectively. 4 minutes into the second half, Eagles up 9. There's Maranta. Lewis at the top of the foul line. Goes right at Minihan, spins and lays it off the glass. Scott Lewis, too shifty in the paint.
Against 3 defenders, it doesn't matter. Scott Lewis is that guy.
Yogi gets the pass now from York. Hunts and cutting Desjardins. Maranta in his face, loses the handle. Maranta. Desjardins diving on the floor, looking for a man. Gets it out, breaks. It's in the corner to York. Hiller flies, zero hesitation. Off the back rim. Abdul-Rahman pushing the pace. Finds a cutting heel, who'll lay it up and in! Great vision by Hamza Abdul-Rahman. And Lewis poking it away once again. Has 13 turnovers now for the Terriers. Here come the Eagles. Lewis from Maranta gives it back, puts it up the glass and gets it to go! And the Eagles are rolling now, Xander.
Rolling indeed. Able to force turnover after turnover after turnover, leading to transition offense. We'll be right back.
This job isn't for everyone, but what others call dirty, we call power. The power to earn a living doing work that matters and keeps society moving. With a company that cares for its people. The power to be seen, heard, and valued as a team member and part of something important. The power to build friendships and connect with neighbors, forming bonds that strengthen our communities. The power to train, develop, and grow careers we're proud of. Because at Casella, we're here for more than a paycheck. We're here to make a difference. That's the power of hard work. If you're ready to roll up your sleeves and make an impact, apply now at powerofhardwork.com. Good pay, good people, good life. Casella.
Welcome back, everybody. The Eagles have dealt with a landslide of injuries this year. at the beginning of the year, first game, Eric Ehlers went out with an ankle injury, and he has missed the entire year and will not be returning at the end of this season. Andre McCauley, same thing. He's been a starter all year, and he got hurt. He hurt his right elbow. He's also done for the year. Gil Matundo, another one who hurt his foot, but he is back playing today. Riles Neff injured his ankle a few weeks ago. He's back playing. Jeremy Maranta had an eye injury that required stitches. He's back playing. And despite all the injuries, guys, the Eagles are the top seed in the conference and are looking to secure home field or home court advantage for the playoffs. Guys, back to you.
Stellar work as always, Max. Yeah, the Eagles have dealt with the injury bug all year. Ehlers and McCauley in particular were two huge pieces in the earlier mentioned NAC championship last year, as Lewis finds a cutting of Abdul Rahman. Yeah, both those guys really just such key pieces in their run. As Maranta spins away from the defense. Thought he got it to go, but he double dribbled on the play. He's pleading his case. That's a good call from the officials. He dribbled the ball when he initially caught it, and tried to dribble it again when he reversed. Nonetheless, it'll go back to the Terriers now. The Eagles, up until that point, are on an 8-0 run before that last timeout. Up 15 now against the Terriers of Thomas College. York goes right at Neff, spins away, gets it over to Briggs. Drives to the middle, has to float it off the glass. Can't get it to go. Fight for the ball, ends up in the hands of Lewis, and here come the Eagles. Neff pushing the pace. Maranta, Abdul Rahman, gets it back. Let's it fly from three. Back iron. Rebound to York. You saw this, Xander, you saw this place ready to explode if Abdul Rahman hit that shot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was beautiful ball movement. Of course the place would have exploded if he had hit that shot. It would have set this place on fire.
As Loki Enda puts his head down and gets to the line. That'll be a foul on Scott Lewis. Luke Gabloff checks back into the game for the Terriers, as does Tope Alau for Abdul Rahman. Loki Enda, the 6'5" senior from Portland, Maine. Only 9 games played. So we have another foul on the play. Ruki will get to the line and shoot 2. This is your Ruki, a 65% free throw shooter. Just rattles that one home. I mean, Ruki Xander had a pretty quiet evening of his own. 11 points on pretty good efficiency. 5 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from the three-point line. He's got 5 rebounds and 3 assists. He's the leading scorer for the Terriers, but he's doing a lot of the little things tonight that you don't really normally see.
Yeah, he's not taking a lot of shots in this matchup, which isn't something we expected him to do. He's giving up the ball. Of course, if he's open, he's going to take those shots. I mean, he's the star player on the team. Why wouldn't he take those shots? But like you mentioned, it's just not something we typically see of him.
As Desjardins tries to find Onda and can't get it to go. Lost handle corralled by Neff. That's a cutting allow. Healed in the corner for 3. No good there. Ruki skies for the board. Ends up in the hands of Neff, who lays it up and in. And once again, the turnover is costing the Terriers dearly. That's now 15 on the game. Desjardins looks to find him in. Makes a move, floats it up. Off back iron and allows skying for the board. Rebound number 2 for him on the game. Here comes Neff, finds Maranta. Allow at the top of the key. Tries to bullet Gabloff in the paint. Brings it back out, trying to survey the floor. Heel cutting right to him, gets the ball to him. Shot clock down to 10. Maranta near the block. Tries to back down to Desjardins. Fadeaway jump shot is good! Jeremy Maranta. He's got 13 on the game.
Great move from Maranta there. And if you're Thomas, if you want to get back into this game, I think you start to force feed Ruki a little bit more. He's got that crazy efficiency going on, like Sam mentioned. He's 5 of 6 from the field, so you need him to take those, like, even more shots. You're down 15 points. Get Ruki going, and score will be much, much closer.
Cam York tying with Desjardins for the leading scorer. The Terriers. Lewis makes on to miss. Dumps it downstairs. Allow. Got blocked by Anda. That'll be a jump ball. Good heads-up play from Loki Anda. We'll stay here with the Eagles. We got a timeout here on the court. We'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after the break.
I chose to go to Husson because of the extended reality program. They have tech here available that I've never seen anywhere else.
As an OT, you're able to branch off into whatever career choice you want because there are so many options.
This is a place where you will be accepted. It really is that home away from home feeling.
Husson is how.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And nobody knows better than our loyal customers.
Since 1994, our family has proudly sold and serviced John Deere products. Our customers know that quality and reliability set John Deere apart.
And right now at Greenway, take advantage of this offer.
Get 0% APR fixed rate financing for 60 months on a John Deere compact utility tractor with a 6-year powertrain warranty.
For more offers, go to greenwayequipment.com.
See the Smith brothers today at Greenway Equipment Sales, Ellsworth and Bangor.
Hey, Husson fans, we want to take a quick second and say thank you to one of our valued partners, Dice Arts. Husson students, if you're ever looking to get off campus and enjoy some wonderful food options, then you're in luck. Because your Husson dining dollars are accepted at the local Dice Arts right down the road on Broadway. Eagles ball side out. Now tries to find him, Cuddy Maranta, gets it at the foul line. Goes right at Bouchard and lays it up with the right hand. Jeremy Maranta has completely taken over in this second half.
He's now tied for leading scorer on Husson. Keep giving it to Jeremy Maranta. He's feeling it in this second half.
Two-headed monster of Neff and Maranta coming in clutch as always. Is Maranta another one? Off back iron. Here comes York. He's at the high hand for the Terriers. Has to pull it back out. Finds Bouchard. Here's Gabloff. Bouchard gets it back to Bouchard in the corner. Kinds of cutting York. Easily lays it in with his left hand. Won't get an easier one than that if you're Cam York of the Terriers. Here's Connor Heald. Gets it out to Neff. Bouchard giving him no room to work. Gets it back to him. Here's Henke with the high hand in that first half. Allow with dimes it downstairs to Maranta, outside to Heald, over to Neff for three. Oh yeah! And what else is there to say other than we've come to expect that from Miles Neff?
I mean, first and foremost, what beautiful ball movement. That was incredible. All 5 of the starters touched the ball on that one, and it led to a wide open Riles Neff shot, and he cashed in.
Basketball 101 was that possession for the Eagles. Of course, head coach Caruso, I've been fortunate enough to go and record some of their practices for some projects related to the basketball season this year. And when I had a chance to speak to Coach Caruso, he said that ball movement is just so important among many other aspects. One of the many things they're working on at practice as Allow goes right into the body of Anda and lays it in. Allow had the mismatch, was not frightened at all. Not shook as Briggs comes right back. Lays it up with his left hand. We got a timeout here for the Eagles. A chance to talk it over, see how things go here. The timeout for the Eagles. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
My name is Mike LaBelle. We are in Corinna, Maine at Perfect Fit. We pride ourselves on making an American product for our heroes that are out there putting their lives on the line every day. When we first bought the company, we went right into COVID and our sales dropped by 50%. I was like, wow, what did I do? First National Bank called me instantly and said, hey, let's restructure. We're going to go to interest only. Let's just get through this little phase to make sure that you're comfortable, everything's okay. They came to me. I didn't even have to go to them, and they made it really easy. We only did that for probably 6 months, then our business started really picking up. We found we were really the largest American manufacturer that could do everything that we do start to finish. They are great people, they make you feel at home, and we've really grown our business and we've had their support. So to me, community first means that I matter and I'm not just a number to them.
Back in action here, just under 10 left to play, Eagles up 18. Then looks to make a move to the middle, kicks it back out to Allow at the top of the key. Goes right at Loki and again, nearly got it to fall. Maranta trying to track it down. Here comes Bouchard in the fast break. Wilkie goes right at Matondo and banks it off the glass. That's now 15 points for Jackson Wilkie. Maranta looks to respond, nearly got it to go, but a foul. That'll go against Gabloff. Excuse me, that'll go against Briggs. Now, Xander, the Eagles have really just taken control in this game, in large part due to their ability just to make the Terriers feel uncomfortable. What have we seen that's allowed them to open up such a lead?
We saw it in the first half, them jumping out to a sizable lead right out of the gates, and that's just what these Eagles do every single game. It feels like they start making their shots. It seems like they're unstoppable, and then defensively they're able to get their hands in the faces of their defenders, really clog up the middle of the paint, make it hard for them to score easy buckets. And that's what we've seen this second half, and once Husson jumped out to that sizable lead, that's when the second half adjustments kicked in, and we haven't seen the Terriers claw back in.
In terms of the paint, the Eagles have scored 38 points in the paint as opposed to the Terriers' 26 as Briggs makes a man miss. Goes right into the paint and gets fouled. Along with that, the bench has scored 22 points as opposed to the 3 scored by the Terriers. And the Eagles, the 2 biggest stats in my opinion right here, fast break points 17-8 and points off turnovers 26-5. That's really been the tide shifter for the Eagles as they forced 15 Thomas turnovers as opposed to Thomas only forcing 5 on the other end of the Eagles. It's really been, once again, a defensive masterclass for Husson, Xander.
It really has, and 4 out of those 5 turnovers from Thomas came when they had that little run in the first half, if you recall. And that's what allowed Thomas to make it, 5-point game back when that happened. And now that Husson is controlling the pace, not allowing any turnovers happen, creating turnovers. They're out to a 16-point lead, and it used to be 20.
4 Eagles are in double figures now. Maranta, Neff, Lewis, and Henke. And the 3-headed monster for the Terriers as Allow gets fouled into the paint. The 3-headed monster for the Terriers, that being Jackson Wilkie, Cameron York, and Parker Desjardins, all in double figures of their own. As York will come to the scorers table here. York having himself a very, very solid game. Potentially the first player to reach 20. As Allow calmly sinks the first one. Cam York, 18 points, 8 for 14 on the game from the field. 2 for 6 from 3, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks in 28 minutes. A very solid and balanced game for Cam York. Despite the score, the Eagles no stranger to just not letting up at all. Despite the fact they're up 18, they are not relenting because they know that with the runs that Thomas has bet on in this game, you could not give them any sort of momentum to claw back.
No, they cannot. They're already out to an 18-point lead, so if Thomas starts to claw back, gets it to win within 5 points, that's going to be demoralizing for the Eagles.
As Cam York dumps it downstairs to Onda with a beautiful pass in the paint. Great ball movement from York. He's got 7 assists now for the game. Allow goes right at Onda and nearly got it to go. And that's the kind of moxie that Allow has as a player. Just is not bothered at all by the mismatch in the paint and has gone at Onda so many times throughout this game.
He really has. He's been driving to the paint almost every second or every chance he can get. He's been unlucky that most of those haven't been able to fall through. But if he keeps attacking, more often than not, he's going to get those calls that send him to the line.
And I was able to speak with him before the game today. He emphasized how important it was to take control of the paint and play with pace. And considering the stats that we're looking at right now, I mean, he hit the nail right on the head there. And he's been a big part of that. Since coming here to Husson, he made his debut last year in a game against the Beavers of Farmington, and since then, His career here at Husson has been on a huge upward trajectory, and his stock is only going to increase. This is a huge piece for the Eagles moving forward. Riggs drives right at Burby, up on the move, blocked by Matondo, and corralled by Alau. The Eagles defense really paying dividends once again as Alau brings it back out. This Maranta steps into it, goes behind the back looking for a man, finds Henke in the corner, faked, outside back to Maranta, crosses over, goes into the defense, finds Matondo. Shot clock at 10, Matondo with Breeze on an island, spins away into the paint. Hook shot no good, Alau right there to Sky for the ball, puts it back up and in. Tope Alau, now the 5th Eagle to be in double figures in the game.
And there he is, crashing the boards yet again, Sam. As you can see the replay, able to use his vertical, get that offensive rebound, and then the layup was just too easy for him.
That's now 11-5 for the sophomore from New York City, New York. Matondo picks up the foul on the play.
Eagles foul, number 15, Gil Matondo. His second team foul.
And that'll send us to a timeout. And we'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Have you been to Harvest Moon Deli yet? See you down at the deli.
Back in action once again as our pep band continues to play during the timeout. Very talented is that squad up there in the left-hand side of the bleachers in our Eagles Nest of the student section. And Xander, the lead now has now blossomed to 20 for the Eagles. What do the Terriers have to do to just kind of stop the bleeding a little bit? They need to attack the paint. Obviously, Husson has done a great job at protecting the paint. I mean, they got Alau and Matondo in there, and it's going to be hard to keep attacking the paint. But you attack the paint, more often than not, you're going to get some foul calls that send you straight to the line. And then obviously you need to push the pace, force turnovers. It's those turnovers that are the difference maker. When they force 4 or 5 during that first half run, that's what allowed them to claw back into the first half a little bit. And the Terriers now 1 for 9 in their last 2 shots as Matondo got whacked on the play. Yeah, the Terriers have had some really good looks, but have not been able to convert. The sequence we just saw as Gaviloff picks up the foul. So many nice looks to have, both in and out of the paint, but just have not been able to convert. We saw something very similar in the women's game, where they had so many good looks throughout the game. The ball seemed to find anything but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, in the women's game, it was just rolling around and around and around and just leaked out. And I was like, really? How many times is this going to keep happening?
Just ringing around the rosy it's been that kind of game for both Terriers teams. York drives to his left, gets it back out to Desjardins, who goes right at Neff and lays it up with the left hand. Desjardins once again having himself a great showing. 18 points now in the game, 7 for 11 from the field, 4 for 7 for 3. Eagles looking to respond once again as they have all game. Henke will let it fly from the corner. No good there. Brings the rebound. Burby pokes it away. Nearly up in the hands of Alau. Tripped up Desjardins, helps him up though. We'll stay here with the Terriers. York to inbound. He's got 7 assists on the game. Goes to show how much of a good distributor he is throughout the game. He finds Desjardins in the corner with 0 hesitation. Nothing but backboard. Matondo tried to find Alau. Henke sprinting to go save it. Not enough. Goes back to the Terriers.
Return for Thomas, number 10, Jackson Rulke.
Now Rulke's back into the game. Interestingly enough, he's only missed one shot throughout this entire game, Xander. We talked about during pregame how he needs to be the guy that has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's their best player for a reason, and the fact that he's only taken 6 shots is a little concerning, in my opinion, as he takes that 7th, and sure enough, he's now 6 of 7. He's super efficient offensively, so keep force-feeding him the ball.
17 points now for the senior from Belmont, New Hampshire, as Burpee's wide open for 3. Back iron, Neff trying to fight for the ball, can't hold on to it, and Rulke, once again, his hands on the ball. As York kicks it to the corner, Desjardins looks to make a move inside, kicks it back out. Rulke gets it back. Matondo in his face. This is a fun matchup to watch out for. Pure offense versus pure defense. As York gets it poked away. Here goes Burpee, and Neff scoops it off the glass and in. And once again, the fast break points for the Eagles. That's now 19 points in transition. And Rulke can't hang on to the pass from York. Goes back to the Eagles. And Xander, that's now 17 turnovers for the Terriers in this game.
That is just crazy. Crazy. This Husson defense has been phenomenal throughout the entire game, forcing errant mistakes from the Terriers today. And it's mistakes that you wouldn't think that Thomas would make. Yes, their record is 7-12, but they don't turn it over at an alarming rate like they are tonight.
And once again, I give a lot of credit to the Eagles defense for being as scrappy and as pesky as they usually are. And today, it's been really paying dividends as they know checked in. Farron Kirchen pokes the ball away. Here's York. Goes right at Burpee. Missed the bunny, but a late whistle. I think that call was right on that play, Xander. Burpee did kind of shove him a little bit from behind, even if it was minimal contact. Was a little late, and it will result in York going to the line.
And I think Burpee was questioning the call because of how late the call was. He had that look of shock on his face. And I totally get it. It was a late whistle. I'd be shocked too, but at the same time, it was a foul.
That happens in every level of basketball. D3, D2, D1. Even in the NBA, calls like that happen all the time where the officials have to make that quick kind of judgment call. It's clearly, like we said, that was a foul on Burpee, but those calls are just very frustrating because they come in so late. Nonetheless, York will knock it down.
And Thomas has taken out Rulke with under 5 to play. Not a good sign.
Desjardins will take a seat too. And Gil Matondo will come to the bench. And checking in for him is now number 5, Charlie Katsiafikas, who we talk about throughout these games. Doesn't get a lot of minutes, but boy, is he a sniper from downtown. Takes the screen from Neff. Neff, a little fadeaway jump shot. Nothing good there. York surveying the floor. Just to float it up to Layden Gabrick. Turnover, Eagles ball. Landon Gabrick along with Finn Parmley and Farron Kirton as well for the Terriers. Along with Cam York and Jake Bouchard. We got Neff, Katsiafikas, Henke, Heald, and Burpee for the Eagles. Burpee trying to go right at York. Big physical matchup. Burpee can't get it to go. York skies for the rebound once again. Rebound number 8 for York. Adding to his game as he pulls up for 3 off front iron. Rebound to Neff. Just under 4 left to play. Katsiafikas in the corner for 3. Back iron. Healed the offensive rebound. Goes right at Curtin and lays it up with his left hand. And that's just what we've come to expect from the freshman Connor Heald.
He is going to be elite in a year or 2.
Bouchard gets the pass from Curtin outside. Goes right at Katsiafikas and floats it up with the right hand. Good tough play from Bouchard. We're down to 15 for the Eagles. Neff will survey the floor. The only starter out there for the Eagles. As we got a media timeout. We'll take a quick one too. We'll be right back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a Deere. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Back from the break, and a smattering of substitutions for the Eagles. Jeremiah Grissom, Jay Higgins, and Bryce Tackett all in for the Eagles. As the game is set to wind down here, both teams going into their bench. Tackett gets the pass from Burpee. Hands it over to Katsiafikas. Dishes it back to Burpee in the corner. Trying to find Higgins down low. Nothing happening there. Poked away by Landon Gabriel. Stays here with the Eagles. Both teams shooting nearly just around even for the game from the three, 32%. Katsiafikas tried to lob it into Higgins, poked away by the Terriers. Going to stay here, or he's going to go back to the Terriers. Curtin will line it up for three. Nothing happening there. Burpee secures the rebound. Spins away. He'll pace the floor for the Eagles. Goes right into the defense. He gets fouled on the play. Foul going on. Darren Curtin getting a foul on the play. As we check over the replay, Burpee just zero hesitation going right into the paint. Skies it up and in. And Xander, this is a look at some of the building blocks of the foundation for the Eagles' future in Tackett, in Burpee, and in Higgins right here, along with Katsiafikas and Grissom. 3 players who have so much potential, and the sky's the limit for them.
Yeah, it really is, and it's important for them to get these minutes in these not-so-close games. I would have brought all of these guys in within the 5-minute mark. And that's pretty much what Coach Caruso did. It's important for them to get these minutes, get this playing time, really improve their game. Love to see it.
And speaking of the foundation, number 2, Nez Perkins checking into the game, the freshman from Danbury, Connecticut. Seeing some action here. Grissom, Katsiafikas, Higgins, Tackett, and Perkins into the game. As Perkins gets it on the fast break and scoops it up. Higgins nearly tried to throw it down. Not enough elevation. Jumped over his own teammate. It's going to go back to the Terriers. Trying to take a look at what's happening with Grissom.
Looks like his shoulder.
It's a little shaky.
When Higgins went over the top, slammed into the back of Grissom's shoulder.
Yeah, a bit shaken up on the play.
Yeah, that's what the trainer is doing, rubbing the shoulder area a little bit. Try to get it loose. You could tell as soon as that happened, Grissom was not happy.
Yeah, Grissom hasn't seen a lot of minutes. We've got a replay of what happened here.
Yep.
It seemed like when Higgins tried to go for the offensive ball, Grissom just didn't see him coming. And a lot of that weight from Higgins just kind of collapsed on Grissom's shoulder. As he gets a round of applause from the Eagles faithful here. Grissom, a fan favorite. This time here at Husson. The ball will stay here or go back to the Terriers. As he set the check back in, Burpee checking in for him for the moment just to make sure he was okay. Parmley gets the ball, double teamed by Higgins, and Katsiafikas has to kick it back out. The double team there. In the corner for three. No good for the Terriers again. Katsiafikas will look to control, and here come the Eagles. Up 18 points and have not let up this entire second half. Perkins goes at Kierton, dumps it downstairs to Higgins. As Kierton elevated on the play and just ran right into Higgins in a foul.
Terriers foul, number 40, Vincent Parmley. His first.
Parmley picks up the foul. Higgins will get to the line.
2-2.
Higgins in 8 games this year, averaging around 1.5 points, 2.1 rebounds. No assists. The first one's not even close. Isn't too much, but Higgins is a 6'7" forward, plays mostly on the block. Burby corrals the rebound, pokes it up and in. Higgins, one of those players, Xander, with his size and his length, he can become a real asset for the Eagles.
Yeah, him in the post, he's going to be utilized in the future in the post game. He's got the length and the height, and he's able to block shots, get those boards, really space up the floor.
Katsiafikas tries to go at Peyton Mitchell. Can't let anything happen there. Perkins with Gabrick on an island, gets it over to Tackett. Kieran trying to force that backcourt shot. Shot clock down to 10. Hands it off to Burpee. Looking to do it himself. Just hooks the jump shot up. No good there. Really got it back. Barton Kieran once again. Gets it over to Kieran. Trying to dump it off. Here's Gabrick. Into the paint. Fadeaway jump shot is pretty for Landon Gabrick. Nice sweet move by Gabrick on the play. Here come, and this clock winds down. The Eagles move to 11-1 in the conference this year with a big-time win over a conference rival in Xander. I think as long as they can beat Maine Maritime, they should be pretty okay to host playoffs this year.
Yeah, just got to focus on beating Maine Maritime. As long as you beat Maine Maritime, you got home court locked up.
And of course, with Maine Maritime, so many talented players, but the one that stands out the most is Kurt Heinz, the big man from Stuttgart, Germany. Last time the Terriers had played them, actually, in their last loss, it took a 21-point, 20-rebound effort from Heinz to finally put them away to a game that came down to the wire. This Terriers team, while riding a lot of momentum, they were just completely overwhelmed by the aggressiveness and ferocity of the Eagles' defense. As Gabrick floats it off the glass.
And we had that pleasure of calling the Husson MMA game a while back. Watching Kurt Heinz, that kid is so special. He is lethal in the paint, man.
He was among the leaders in rebounds in the country. As that will do it for us here in the game. The Eagles coming away with a 92-76 victory. Before we go, we got a couple things for you. First, we're going to look over our player of the game highlights here. Our player of the game, none other than the graduate captain from Brooklyn, Jeremy Murata. Had himself a phenomenal showing. 19 points, 7 for 11 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal in 29 minutes. Murata was doing it all. You see on the replay, scoop layup off the glass, off the pass from Scott Lewis. Post touch right there, just completely fading away. It's just too easy for this guy, Xander. We talked about it so many times, but Murata might be the most versatile guard in the North Atlantic Conference.
I'd have to agree with you, Sam. He really is the most versatile guard, honestly, I've ever seen play. He is crazy offensively, defensively, and he's the ultimate leader for this Eagles squad.
And I got some final stats for the game for you here. The Eagles winning the rebounding game, 33 rebounds compared to the Terriers' 29, but it was really the offensive rebounders, once again, that really just forced the game away from them. We'll come right back to that. We got Max Sturm on the sideline with Coach Caruso.
Hi, guys. I'm here with Eagles head coach Warren Caruso. Coach, this first half of the game was highly contested, just 5 points separating you guys at half. What adjustments were made to come away with the win?
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well in the first half, particularly offensively. We were doing some things defensively that didn't really work well. We made some adjustments at halftime and stayed with our man a little bit more. And I think we forced him into some tough shots, and then we got things going out in transition and got some easy buckets.
And you got 2 big games coming up to close out the regular season. You're currently the #1 seed in the NAC right now. What is the mindset that you're trying to instill into this team as you go into these last 2 games on the road?
Yeah, we just keep talking about taking one day at a time. Whether it's a practice, a game, or whatever it is, we're just trying to get better each time we go out. We take a day tomorrow off, come back Friday, get ready for Saturday, and hopefully with a win Saturday, we can lock things up for the #1 seed.
Coach, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Once again, Max, thank you so much for your hard work. That's the word from Caruso's. We got some final stats for you. The Eagles winning pretty much every single stat that matters today, 33 rebounds compared to the 29 of the Terriers. But the biggest things, as you see at the bottom of the screen here, with the turnovers or lack thereof for the Eagles, the points off turnovers, and the points in the paint. We talked about how if the Eagles can just get those points off turnovers, they will be set, and they did just that. 28 points off the turnovers for a team that plays as fast as the Eagles is crazy. And for a team that emphasizes paint play like the Terriers, the Eagles completely blew them out of the water. Xander, this was a pretty dominant win for the Eagles, and this momentum can carry over for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think it will. They dominated them on both sides of the court, and I think it's absolutely going to be that way heading into this final stretch, Sam.
And that's going to do it for us here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. For Max Sturm and Xander Cook, I'm Sam Miller saying thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Good to what?